Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Tammy Durden coming to you live today. And guess what time it is today? It is Take Charge Tuesday with Tammy. I am so super excited to come to you live today for our first Take Charge Tuesday in 2018. And I just can't wait to talk to you guys. Go ahead and start inviting other people to the broadcast on today. Hi, Stephen. Hey, LaDon. Hey, Deidre. Thank you for jumping on and joining Take Charge Tuesday with Tammy. I am super excited to be here on today with you all. Hey, Christina. Hey, Zena. Yes, thank you for joining today. It is Take Charge Tuesday with Tammy, and I don't know about you. Hey, Miranda, thank you for joining. I am ready to take charge of some things in my life in 2018, things that we've kind of let go to the side. Some things we've swept under the rug. Some things that we have not addressed from our childhood, our past hurts and pains. It is time to take charge of our lives, to take charge of our emotions, to take charge of our destinies. It is time to take charge, to take charge of our families. Yes, it is. It is time. And so I'm so excited to be here on today with you all for Take Charge Tuesday with Tammy. For those of you who may not be familiar with me, I just want to give you a little information about me. I want to invite some people. Let me see if I can get this going. So hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here today. So just want to take just a moment to invite a few people to the broadcast on today. I'm excited because this is our first Take Charge Tuesday for 2018. And been away for a while, been missing everybody. So I am so glad to be back. You know, sometimes you have to take a moment to regroup and to come to a place where you know what your path is, and you're firm about that path, and you're positive about that path. And so, hey Brenda, hey Gina, thank you for jumping on. Thank you all so much. It is Take Charge Tuesday with Tammy. So, just for those who are new to me and may not know very much about me, my name is Tammy Durden. I am the CEO of Tammy Durden International. It's a training and development company. I am also the founder of Tammy Durden Ministries International, which is a women's empowerment ministry. My absolute passion, purpose, assignment is to empower professional women to push past setbacks in life and to propel them forward to their divine destiny. And so I absolutely love empowering women, and that's what I do. I am also the author of the book, Get Up, Dust Yourself Off and Win. Get Up, Dust Yourself Off and Win is an empowerment tool that helps those who have experienced setbacks, who are stuck and stagnant in life, to overcome those obstacles and to live your greatest life now. So for the first few or several segments of Take Charge Tuesday with Tammy, I will be sharing some concepts from the book, Get Up, Dust Yourself Off and Win. We probably will actually walk through the entire book, because how many of you know that there are some women out there that are hurting and hiding? Yes, hurting and hiding. And what we want to do is in 2018, if you all will commit with me to taking charge of your life this year in every area possible, that we will be able to not only take charge of our lives, but inspire, empower, and motivate other women to take charge of their lives as well. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, thank you, Miranda. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining, Katrina. I appreciate you. So Take Charge Tuesday with Tammy. And so again, I'll be sharing concepts from the book on today. And we're going to begin with the first chapter of the book. And the title of today's session is Life Happens. Life happens. And you know, ladies, sometimes in life, things happen. They're unexpected. We didn't ask for it. We didn't want the bad things or the negative things to happen, but life just seems to happen. Life, it doesn't play favoritism. It doesn't skip anybody, but life happens. So many different things. And I'll share my story with you a little bit. Some of you are familiar with one of my stories, but I want to share for those who may not know about my story. Several years ago, I owned a mortgage company, and I always call it my tsunami of setbacks because multiple things were going on in my life at one time. I owned a mortgage company, thriving mortgage company, successful. Well, some of you may remember somewhere around 2007, there was a mortgage industry crash. And so that mortgage industry, that mortgage business was my sole source of income, right? And so unfortunately, the business didn't make it, so I had to close the business. Well, at that time, I was also married to the person who I thought was my king, a man of God that I would be married to for the rest of my life. Well, it turns out that this particular gentleman was in ministry. We were both in ministry together. He attempted to molest my daughter. And so now we're going through the divorce process. So now I have a failed marriage. I have a failed business. And not to mention that because the business was my primary source of income. So now I don't have any money. So now I'm bankrupt. My personal home and other real estate that I own was now going into foreclosure. I wake up one night and go to the front door. There are glass front doors. And again, I was living in my dream home, 3,700 square foot home on the lake, living the dream, you know, married, family, my daughter, and it seemed like all was going well. But I wake up one night to see the wrecker truck, the repo man, coming to pick up my automobile. I had never experienced a repossession. I always had good credit. And so all of these things. So now I have a failed business, a failed marriage. I'm bankrupt. I have no money. Home's going into foreclosure. Nowhere to live. They just came to pick up my car. No car to drive. Well, the business is closed. So now I'm not making any money. And so, and at this point, it was just a whirlwind of events that were going on. I'm trying to take care of my daughter to make sure she's okay. And so all of these things are happening and life is happening and things seem to be spinning out of control. And so that was my story then. And so the principles that I share in the book are principles that help me to overcome those setbacks, that help me to ultimately win in life. And so that's what I want to share with you today about how life happens. Today's session is, hey Denise, thank you for joining. Connie, hey, thank you for joining. Hey Paul, thank you. So today's topic as we talk is going to be more in the lines of encouragement today as we get started on our journey to take charge of our lives. How many know it begins right here? It begins with me. It begins with you as individuals. We have to make the decision to take charge. We have to make the decision that I want to be whole, that I want to release past hurts. We have to make the decision that I want my life to be better, that no matter how bad I was hurt, and some of you may have experienced some of the things that I just named. Sometimes it's loss of a loved one. Sometimes it may be abuse that we experienced in the past. So no matter what your tragedy, your predicament, your setback may be, we still have the ability to heal from it, to take charge of our lives and to move forward. So 3 things I want to share with you today that we want to be mindful of when life happens. The first thing that I want you to know without a doubt, number 1, is that you are not alone. You are not alone. Who's my scribe today? Can somebody take some notes for me? Number 1 is you are not alone. Please hear my heart today. You are not alone, no matter what you're going through, no matter what setback you have experienced, no matter how bad you are hurting. Because ladies, I was hurting. I was in pain. I was broke. And I was broken. And that means all the way from emotionally, spiritually, financially, broke and broken, lost, confused, didn't know how I was going to make it. But the good news is today to know is that you are not alone. At that time, for anybody who knows me and has listened to me before, I'm very transparent. And so at that time, I felt lonely. And I felt alone. And I felt like that I was in that situation all by myself. Right? And so that's what the enemy wants you to believe, that, you're the only one going through this. Nobody cares. You may as well, just give up, because, nobody even cares. You see, nobody's even calling you. You're going through this all by yourself. But that is a lie and a trick from the enemy. Do not believe that. You are not alone. You know what happens? Oftentimes, we mask and hide our pain and what we're going through so well. We don't share it with anybody. We don't tell anybody, because how many people are the strong ones in your family? Ladies, you're the rock of the family. You're the one that holds it together, and you're always expected to be the strong one. You're always expected to be the one to hold it together and keep everybody else going. And so you feel like if you let somebody else know that you're struggling or you're in pain, that you're going to look weak, or that you have to be strong for everybody else. And so the reason why a lot of times we don't get the help we need, or we feel alone, is because we fail to tell other people, hey, I'm hurting. Hey, you know what? I don't know which way to turn. I am struggling with this thing that I am going through. And so oftentimes, because we hide it, because we don't tell anybody, and so we feel like we're alone. And you know what, ladies? What happens then? Depression sneaks in. I was depressed. By this time, I was going home to an empty house. That 3,700 square foot house on the lake that was once my dream home became a house of horrors. I was still trying to hold on to the house. And so now I'm secretly still struggling. By this time, the lights are off. I have no electricity. I'm lighting candles at night alone by myself, because I'm not telling anybody, hey, I'm hurting. Hey, I need some help. And so I felt so alone. I would cry myself to sleep every night, not knowing how I was going to make it the next day, because I was listening to the tricks of the enemy, that you're alone, that nobody wants to be around you. Nobody wants to hear that sad story. Nobody wants to help you. So if that is you today, or someone you know today, go ahead and share the broadcast today, because you are not alone. You are not alone. And so I want you to know that and believe that. Yes, Terry says we have to come to the conclusion that we are not Jesus, that we can't do this thing by ourselves, that in and of ourselves, we're not strong enough, we're not powerful enough. That is so true, that we can't be in this by ourselves, and we're not by ourselves. So I want to encourage you today, if that's the way that you felt, if you know someone that feels that way, you are not alone. There are people all around that love you, that care about you, that's concerned about what's going on in your life. Are we all busy at times? Yes. But if someone comes to you, I believe that my sisters are loving sisters, and that if someone comes to you, whether they need prayer, whether they are on the verge of giving up, that we will show them the love, care, and compassion that we have in our hearts, to let them know that they are not alone. So number one, you are not alone. The second thing that I want you to know and believe without a doubt, that when life happens, and you know what? No matter how long ago it was, and no matter how recent it was, you still need to know. Number two, there is hope. Somebody type that in the comments for me. There is hope. Number one, you are not alone. Number two, there is hope. There is always hope. For my believers, those who believe in God, we know that there is always hope in God. And hope basically means that I am believing for something better to happen. And no matter how painful it is, lady, no matter what you're going through, he left you, he cheated on you, that loved one you lost, that you've been diagnosed with the terminal illness, no matter what it is, know that there is hope. Hope means I believe that something better is going to happen. Hope says that what I'm going through right now is only temporary, and that greater things are going to come into my life. Hope means that over time, I know that I'm going to heal from these past hurts. I'm going to overcome these challenges. Things are going to get better. The pain is going to lessen. Hope gives you expectation. expectation of something better happening in your life. And so no matter how dim it is, no matter how grim it is, no matter how much the pain is still there, know that there is hope, that things are going to get better, that there are great things that are about to happen and turn around in your life, that there is healing for your heart, for that loved one that you lost. There is healing in your heart when you were betrayed by your spouse. There is healing for your heart. So know that there is hope in things turning around and getting better in your life. So we're talking about life happens. It happens to the best of us, no matter what it may be, whether it's low self-esteem, no matter what it is, whether it's church hurt. A lot of people have experienced church hurt. We know that although life happens, things will get better. And so in the book, I talk about that. In some of the beginning chapters of the book, we talk about how life happens, and I give different scenarios of how that happens. And no matter what, know that there is hope. So the third thing that I want to leave with you today, and that I want to stick with you today. Hi, Dr. Alicia. Thank you for jumping on. That I want to leave impressed upon you today. Number 3, quitting is not an option. Quitting is not, somebody type that in the comments for me. Number 3, quitting is not an option. The going gets tough. Things get rough. Sometimes we may slip into dark places, but know that no matter how hard it gets, quitting is not an option. Why is quitting not an option? Well, there are some people depending on you. There are some people relying on you. There is so much purpose on the inside of you. So many more things that God has planned for your life. So many more things, so many greater heights, more value to add, more people to impact. There is some, whether it is your children, your grandchildren, you can't give up. You can't quit. You can't stop right now. Some of us, and most of us, we have come too far to give up now. And oftentimes life throws those setbacks. And oftentimes these are things that we have to overcome, that we have to triumph, that will make us stronger, that will make us better, so that we will have a story to tell someone else, so that we will have a word of encouragement for someone else. So we can't quit. Quitting is not an option. We can't give up. We can't stop now. We've come too far to turn back. So if that's you today, if that is, as a matter of fact, my sisters, if you know someone where life has happened, they are on the verge of quitting and giving up, they are discouraged, down and out, I encourage you today to call that sister. Send a text message to that sister and let them know that you love them. Let them know that they are not in this alone. Let them know that there is hope. Let them know that quitting is not an option, because there is so much greatness on the inside of you. There is so much greatness on the inside of that person that you know. And the best is yet to come in your life. Hi, Portia. Thank you. Yes. You received some disappointing news yesterday. God bless you. God bless you, my sister. God bless you. And know, again, you're not in this by yourself. Know that there is hope. And know that quitting is not an option. So ladies, keep pressing, keep pushing. You know, I always tell you that if you don't master life, life will master you. And whatever you do, keep pushing. I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at 6:30 as we continue to take charge of our lives. Have a blessed day, everyone. And thank you for joining.